Hello everyone. Today here I have my social studies teacher, civics to ancient civilizations to economics, Mr. Carney here. Mr. Carney, I have a few questions here I want to ask you. Are you okay with sharing?
Sure.
All right. So during our freshman year, for you, I think you worked as lead teacher for a high school as well as, and now you're more of like a role teacher. What was that transition like for you, and how would you manage the responsibilities and workload of that?
Thanks, Ron. When I was lead teacher of the high school, it was a trying experience because I was trying to manage my own classroom and also manage adult teachers, colleagues, who I had worked side by side with, and it was not as easy as I thought to get, not so much the students, but even just my colleagues to kind of get on board with what the school and myself were trying to do. So that was frustrating, especially because I thought of a lot of these colleagues as friends. So it was, that was tough, and I still do. It's just there are more friends than someone who might listen to my instructions. I would say that when they got rid of the lead teacher positions and moved towards deans, I was relieved by that, because then I could get back into the classroom and just worry about my classroom. That was something that I looked forward to. I was really excited about the prospect of having deans, and I was actually on the interview, I guess you could call it a panel, where Dean Smith, at that time Miss Smith, was interviewing for that job, and quite candidly, she was, in my eyes, the best candidate. And I don't think I had to fight too hard, because I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel felt the same way. So once she came on board, it actually made my life much easier, because she just runs a tight ship and has expectations, and she holds people accountable, but she's also always in our corner, so it helps out a lot.
I would say for your time here at Highville, for the first time that I knew you, I think it was around 6th grade. How would you describe your experience in one word, and how would you define what does it mean to you as an educator working here at Highville?
Educational. It's a cultural shift from my former jobs I've had, as far as being in law enforcement and in the restaurant industry when I was working in the Farmington Marriott. I was managing a bar there, and then in law enforcement, it's just a whole different culture. So once I got to Highville, your students are 99% black and brown, and it's been an educational experience for me, because I'm always learning from the students, from my staff, from the staff around me. To when I might be either receptive to something, or insensitive to something, or ignorant to something. I'm always learning. So I'm a lifelong learner, and this school has made me better. So it's the best I can give you there.
Gotcha. And for going back into the classroom, what was the most rewarding part from teaching from ancient civilizations to now economics for your high school students?
This one's a kind of tough one, because I think the most rewarding is that I get, when I first started, I had 8th graders. We had 8 to 12, and they did away with that quickly. But we had 2 8th grade classes, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th. But I was able to see them from 8th grade all the way to graduating last year, and that to me is very, very rewarding. Now, ultimately, Highville, if it was like a perfect world, would have all the money in the world. We'd be able to have more students, bigger building, sports facilities, all of the things we want, and more teachers. We would have more teachers, more opportunities to have AP classes, things like that. Would be great. What that would take away is that camaraderie that we have between teachers and students, where we are with you from your 9th grade year to your senior year. You probably wouldn't have me more than once or twice, And that would be tough. We would never form those bonds. Do I think that's a direction that maybe we should go? Yes, I do, but I will greatly miss the times where I would be able to have a student from their freshman year all the way to their senior year.
Got you. And now us in our senior year, what is some advice that you have for us as we move on to postgraduate careers?
Best advice I can give you is that you probably are going to lose more times than you win. There's going to be a ton of times in your life where you feel like nothing could get worse. This is the worst day of my life. But even on those days, you got up. You got up, you kept moving. I remember when my parents were alive, there were days that I would, like something might happen where I would just be like, man, my parents are going to hate me. They're gonna be so disappointed in something that I did. And that would pass. I'd wake up, move forward, deal with whatever was in front of me, and they were still there. They still cared about me. They still loved me. So remember that. Remember that you are going to probably lose more times than you win in sports and life and everything. And if you could remember that, you could move forward and just keep going no matter what. So, don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep working hard.
Thank you, Mr. Carney. It's a pleasure interviewing you.
Hey, thank you.